I'm in object mode, I've got the default cube selected, I do a G and I move it and the origin moves with me. So pull that back. Okay. If I now go into edit mode, say, so I'll do a tab to grab it all. And the reason I'm in wireframe is to make sure this final vertex is grabbed. If I now do a G, then notice that the origin doesn't travel with me. So that's kind of an aside. Go back into object mode, and what I want to do now is to create a table type thing. So I'm going to change the dimension at 3 points. So let's go to the item tab. The X, in fact the X can stay as it is, but then the Y, I'm going to shrink that to 1 meter. And the way we can do that is to say scale in the Y-axis slash, interesting, doesn't pick that up, 2. Didn't pick that up either, did it? We hit return there. I don't know why it's not picking up the keys themselves. Interesting. Okay. So that's the X and the Y taken care of. The Z now, I'm going to change that. Same principle. So I'm going to have to, as it doesn't seem to bring up the keys, it's doubtless me. We're going to say scale in the Z-axis slash, let's do 10. I'll take my word for it, I clicked 10 there. That may still be a little thick on the Z-axis, so the cube as well still has the focus. So again, I'm going to say S and Z, and divide that by 2. So did a slash and a 2 and return for it to take. And then finally, I need to do finally to apply the scale, I need to Control A. How did I know that? I went to Object, Apply. So we're going to be all about hotkeys here. So let's select it again. So we're going to say Control A and rotation and scale to get X, Y, and Z scale in line at 1. There we go. Okay, and that's the extent of that bit. Next thing I want to do is let's get into a sensible kind of position. I'm going to go back to Z and to solid. Now this time, to do a loop cut, I have to be in edit mode. So so loop cut, does a loop cut appear? No, loop cut doesn't appear in the left hand menu when object mode is on for that. So we're going to select it, I'm going to tab, and now the loop cut does appear. So that tells it, now that's extrude. Loop cut is a Control R. So we use Control R. Okay, let's make sure we got that. So Control R, look at the bottom left, and I'm going to move the mouse wheel. So I do want 2 cuts. Again, this is always kind of tricky to get right. So there's our initial one. So I'm going to click, and then I'm going to hold Control and so I'm going to do S. Control Z. Let's start again. So say Control R and pick out loop cuts. Right. Now, so if I now say scale in the X-axis, doesn't do anything, maybe. No. So I have to click the left mouse button, then we're going to scale in the x-axis, hold control and drag the mouse. I'll take kind of one of those units. Think I took snap off, did I? Anyway, that'll good enough. So that's that bit done, and that looks okay on both sides. And now I want to apply in the other direction. So I'm going to roll it in that's the wrong direction. That's the direction I want. So I'm going to left click, going to scale in the y-axis this time, hold down control and roll the mouse up, and left click and left click, and that's pretty much what we want. Okay, that will do for this one.